Shohei Ohtani signs a 10-year, $700 million contract to play for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And this is a deal that makes sense for him. It makes sense for the Dodgers. And it's also a deal that Major League Baseball is happy with. Let's start off with Ohtani himself. He gets to stay in California. He doesn't even have to leave Southern California. He goes from one Los Angeles team to another, even though I know, and any true baseball fan, any historical baseball fan, anyone who appreciates history, knows that they're still really the Anaheim Angels, not the Los Angeles Angels. But, outside of winning that one World Series in 2002, they're an irrelevant team, and he goes to the Dodgers, who are the most important team on the West Coast, who year after year after year has won the division. They're coming off a disappointing season. They're known to spend the big bucks. They've done that with Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. They decided to let Trey Turner go. In this offseason, going into the 2024 season, it's a 10-year contract, $700 million for Ohtani. I mean, baseball couldn't allow him to go to the Blue Jays. That was the rumor that was picking up steam over the last couple days and then cooled off a little. And we expected the deal to go down today. And it did. The Dodgers. And as I said, baseball is pleased with this. And why does it work for the Dodgers is because they don't even know if Clayton Kershaw's coming back. He's not the same pitcher he was, yet he has been their ace for so many years, and it's likely he's moving on. Walker Buehler is coming off nearly missing the entire season. And then Dustin May missed nearly the whole season last year. And then on top of that, Julio Urias could very well be suspended for all of 2024. So adding a player like Ohtani makes sense, though he is not going to pitch in 2024. He's expected to pitch again in 2025. So the Dodgers still need pitching. They really need pitching. But this is the bat that they put in the middle of their order to go along with Betts and Freeman and Will Smith, and they expect to get Gavin Lux back. I mean, they're not the same team with the depth they've had in years, but now you're talking about a big three. That is a big three. Betts, Freeman, Ohtani. And I'll even talk about it as a Giants fan. It's disappointing, but not surprising to see him sign with the Dodgers. It's the move that, again, of all the places he could have gone, makes the most sense. I didn't think he was going to sign at the Giants. Why would you sign at the Mariners? I mean, Ichiro is the first player you think of when you think of Japanese baseball still to this day. You want to go to your own team. Why go to the Mariners? He wasn't going to play for the Padres. This was predictable. He was going to stay on the West Coast, and who has the money to do it? The Dodgers. If you're the Giants, what could you have done with the team they have on the field to possibly attract him to come to San Francisco? Just like any other free agent, the Giants have failed to bring in any big-time free agent. They have Logan Webb. Oh, they've got another starting pitcher who's very good. But then you look at the lineup, it's just question marks with young players and veteran players who are decent. There are no stars. You need at least another star to bring in a star. So they failed with Aaron Judge, which also didn't surprise me last season because same problem. And you didn't have enough to bring in Ohtani. So what's the next move? What are you going to do, Giants? We're waiting, and I don't have my hopes up that they're going to do anything big, but they've got to do something to make an impact, whether that's to sign someone like Snell to the rotation or one of the international players, because there is no reason to be excited as a Giants fan other than seeing some of these young players hopefully develop. But have any of them blown you away when they've come up to the majors? No. Whether that be Luciano, he was okay, but he's very young, so I'm not making any kind of judgment on him, but he didn't light the baseball world on fire. Kyle Harrison, you can see the potential, but he had his struggles when he came up. There just isn't a reason to be excited about Giants baseball right now. And the Giants are clearly in third place in the Bay Area. It's 49ers, Warriors, and then the Giants. But they're way back in the rearview mirror. And right now, when we're taking this from a Bay Area perspective, they got to do something to get the fans interested once again, because we're all in on the 49ers. And even with the Warriors' struggles, they are far more popular than the Giants. But looking at Ohtani and what he's done, I mean, his 3 last seasons in Anaheim, and I'm saying Anaheim, not Los Angeles, have been nothing less than extraordinary. Look at his home run totals, 46, 34, 44, especially those last 2 seasons. This season, 2023, was his best season with the bat. First year he hit over 300. He led the league in on-base percentage, 412, 44 home runs in less than 500 official at-bats, nearly 100 walks. And then you look at his pitching. Not his best pitching season, that would be 2022, but 3.14 ERA is 132 innings, and he was 10-5. So he's had 3 consecutive seasons. Well, every season he's pitched, since we're not counting 2020 because he only pitched 1 2/3 innings. He has been under an ERA of 3.5. And they'll just take the last 3, 3.18, 2.33, 3.14, and whenever he pitches again, you know there's going to be a good Dodgers lineup behind him to support him. As the Dodgers continue to develop such great young players and talent. So you never have to worry about run support. They'll have good pitchers. They'll have good hitters. And he really couldn't be in a better environment because you stay off the East Coast. You don't have the pressure of playing for the Yankees or the Red Sox or the Phillies with what you get, or I mean, even to a lesser extent, the Mets. You don't have to worry about that. But in California, it's relaxed. It's pretty chill, even with the Dodgers. There'll be some pressure. There'll be expectation, sure. But why wouldn't you go to one of these teams, whether it be the Dodgers or the Padres or possibly to the Giants, where, yeah, there's fan interest, but you're not going to have the pressure with the fans or the press or the media going after you like you do in the East. And the best thing for him, too, is the Dodgers are going to win. The problem for them is they haven't been able to get over the hump, except for 2020, which I've mentioned so many times. But they win the division just about every single year. They're going to have a great team on the field. And he's going to play playoff games. And there's a great chance he's going to be in the championship series. He's going to have as good of a shot as any team to actually get into not just the CS, but the World Series. And even as a Giants fan, I have to tip my cap to the Dodgers for going all out. It's how the Warriors were. And, I don't want to hear about the complaining about how much money the Warriors spent. They didn't cheat. It was all within the rules. And they won championships. And the 49ers, they go all out with making trades. And the one team in the Bay Area who doesn't do that is the Giants. And I'm not going to sit here and criticize the Dodgers. I tip my cap and I applaud them that they're going all out. They're spending the money. They make the trades. And they attempt to put the best team possible on the field. Unlike the Giants, who settle for mediocrity. So this is a historic deal. It's a historic day for Major League Baseball and for a one-of-a-kind player who truly is sensational and is an all-star as a hitter, as a pitcher, and there is no comparison to him. Pitching has never been greater than it is now. There has never been more talent, and it's never been more difficult to hit. You have the advantages of all the video now, but with all of the hard-throwing pitchers that there are, and the relievers, all the different looks you get, for him to do what he does at the plate and to be a legitimate ace or a heck of a number 2 pitcher with the Dodgers, he is a once-in-a-lifetime prospect. Other players are going to do it, but I doubt we'll ever see anyone do it like this again in our lifetime at this level. I mean, we're talking about 300 average, 40-plus homers, and then having an ER just a little over 3 for someone to throw in the high 90s like he does. It's something to enjoy, and I give the credit to the Dodgers. They got it done. It doesn't mean a World Series. There's no guaranteed World Series, but they're putting themselves in the position to remain one of the premier teams in baseball, which they have been, and one of the favorites, as they are most seasons. And you have to say, well, it's a little long, but all these deals are 10 years, and he's starting this in his age 30 season, and it's not going to be pretty at the end of that contract, but you will get 4, 5 good seasons out of him. Health, it will be a concern. It will be a concern because he has had some injury history. But as long as he can hit, and you can even just get a couple of good years pitching for him, it's a deal worth doing. And we'll enjoy watching it and following it once he gets on the field and eventually back on the mound.